What's up, guys? It's Parnellyx, and we're back playing another game of Warwick Jungle. I know I haven't been posting much top lane gameplay, so I'm sure there's some people that want to see that. I'll get on that next week or two for sure. I was just grinding jungle for basically a full week. Actually, like 2 weeks, honestly, just playing only jungle. But we'll get back to playing lane very shortly. This game, we're going to be doing the fast forwarding in the early game. Or while we're clearing camps, we're going to be fast forwarding, but I definitely want to keep it slowed down for the most part when I'm looking at lanes, so you guys can get the idea or like understands what I'm seeing, because that's probably one of the most important things when jungling is just looking at lanes and knowing and just kind of reading when you need to come to lanes or not. Our first gank of the day is versus top lane here on this Quinn. I got really irritated at the fact that Yone didn't come up because Quinn was completely trapped and she had no way out. I think maybe Yone was thinking, yes, she's going to flash with the wall, but I don't think he realizes I can just flash and follow. So that was a free kill, and I got really irritated. That's kind of the story of this game. It's just me getting like really pissed off at my teammates. I think this entire game, I was definitely in a bad mood. And you can see it. As you can see, I typed at the Yone a very passive-aggressive comment. Shouldn't type that. It is not helpful at all. But I was just on like a massive losing streak and venting, which again is not good to. It's not good to type. Go for this bot lane gank. I assume that my teammates got the Lulu, but Zyra walks up when she's like 50 HP, which allows Lulu to flash on her, kill her. And Caitlyn somehow, like, I guess she like stands in the minion wave or something and then just dies to Lulu with her ignite. So I thought that was gonna be a free kill on the Lulu, and I was just gonna be able to attempt to go for a double on the Aphelios. Went atrocious, and then our bot lane comes back here and we get double killed. So it's a rough start. My top laner seems incompetent. My bot lane seems incompetent. My mid laner did get a kill early on, and that's great. But we're off to not too good of a start. I mean, our mid laner is Cassante, so I'm not sure how high I feel on his like gank or his carry potential. But we'll have to just work with what we got. And at the end of the day, if we got a gank opportunity top lane, we still go top lane, and same with bot lane. So you just got to consider the situations. I think we're trying to do a little loop around here on this. Cassante hits level 6, goes to the all in. I come in trying to nab it because I want to get the I like the kill gold and the treasure hunter stack as well. Is very helpful for me. Sadly, I took an extra turret shot and Karthus had ult. Plus, I got ignited, so I just took a lot more damage than I thought I was going to take. But it's still fine. Still well worth it for what we got. I think the story of this game, though, in general, besides like my side laners kind of not being reliable in the early and playing out ganks correctly, is my teammates really expected me this game to do more in the early mid game. They are constantly pinging me. You'll see it throughout the game and typing to me that I need to be doing dragon, or that I need to be going for these just certain plays, go for objectives and stuff like that. They feel that I'm not taking I'm pushing my leads that we have. But as you'll see, these situations arise. They definitely come off as risky, as we're going for a counter gank on this Cassante. Cassante once again is really strong. He's an OP champion right now, to be fair, but so we know that we got this 2v2 in the bag. And just go for the Karthus there. Ult the Irelia, stuff her completely, and we can just walk out of Karthus passive. No issues there. So the mid lane 2v2 is looking solid, and that looks like the place that I really need to play towards if I'm given any options. So we go ahead and just start the Herald afterwards. And just looking to punish the enemy Karthus in mid for dying in the 2v2. But yeah, like I said, like we'll see as the game progresses. But my teammates are basically like wanting me to go for very risky coin flip plays that I just don't think we need to do. Like if we don't have pry over the dragon, I can't do the dragon, simply put. And honestly, given the team comps. Versus some team comps, I might go for those type of risky plays if I think we just get outscaled or we're just outdrafted. But I think our comp does very well into their comp. And throughout the entire game, given it's an even game, we're going to be able to always win the fights unless we're behind. So as long as I avoid, like that's when I want to play more risk adverse. I want to avoid making mistakes. I want to avoid, going for taking unnecessary risks, and just have a very consistent level of gold, so that, yeah, we can end up just like winning fights in the mid late game. Right here, I'm trying to do a counter gank on this Quinn. Yone, of course, doesn't bait out the gank because so far he seems very risk averse himself. I mean, at least I understand that one a little bit more. I'm still irritated about that first gank. But we got the Herald, so I figured, let's just go ahead and drop this Herald. By the way, Herald got nerfed in the preseason. I don't know what the change was, but for some reason it just does less damage to turrets. And right here, I'm trying to get really cute. So I was complaining about my teammates, but I just did something really terrible there. A very, very risky, very, very much not risk adverse, like, against what I just said, which is I tried to I tried to mess around with that Aurelia and bait her into fighting me, which I can do, and it's completely fine to go for that to an extent. But she stayed in the turret, and I still tried to persist and go for it because I thought I could just force it. But obviously, it didn't work. I brought Aurelia back in the game. I kind of slowed down the Herald push and put myself further behind. So this is definitely that was a really bad move there by me. We are going to be able to save it a little bit here by punishing this Karthus invade. I got Ghost. This is one of the reasons, by the way, Ghost is really nice, especially versus Karthus. It's just the fact that it can help you get in and it can help you get out. It can do both things. So, and like in that situation right there, the versatility of the summoner spell is great, especially when the fact that it extends your ult range. You love to see it. Top laner gets solo killed here again. I think. Oh yeah, does he? Yeah, I think he ends up dying. No, he actually ends up surviving here. So he gets away. I kind of do the same thing that I just did mid lane as well. So I was clearly tilted this game because I'm going for very hard overforces constantly. I remember I was on a losing streak here, so it makes sense. But this is definitely an indicator of me being tilted. Is trying to make desperation plays when there's no need to make desperation plays. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to, my teammates want me to go for like desperation objectives, and I'm not going for them. But when it comes to like making these picks and going for kills, I'm going for them for some reason. Right here, I got a little bit unlucky by the fact that Quinn has W. But knowing that she has W, I could have just sat back in the farthest end of the alcove, and it would have gave me some time to wait for my ultimates, and I would have been able to get the kill if I had my ultimate up there. And by the way, do note here, because we're going Divine, Ravenous, and the enemy team is very squishy. I was testing out Sork shoes this game. We're going Magic Pin Boots, which is an interesting pivot. And I actually think that I've gone these a couple times since this game, and I actually think that they're pretty good, honestly. Like if you're playing against a very overall a pretty squishy team, it's good. If you're playing against a not so squishy team, then maybe not. But which, by the way, I would only go Magic Pin Boots with Divine Sunder, because it's about bursting targets and getting them below half health as soon as you can. That's the entire idea behind the Magic Pin Boots here. Otherwise, I'd usually just prefer CDR boots. But yeah, being able to just like Q a squishy and then auto attack them once and then bring them below half health is very nice, and it gives you a lot of kill potential in the early mid game. And the reason why you're able to do this nowadays where you couldn't before is, one, Ravenous Hydra got buffed, so that's nice. Although at this point it's actually not like a huge buff, considering all the nerfs, but it's still a buff. It's still like a good item now. And on top of that, you have Spear of Shojin in the mid game, which gives you that CDR you'd be lacking otherwise. Considering we're not going CDR boots this game, so the CDR you get from Spear of Shojin is very, very nice. Allows you to spam Q and E, which gives you some survivability while also giving you damage at the same time. And that's awesome. We're able to get a kill on this Quinn here. We managed to save our ultimate as well. We're coming down to this bot lane play. Oh, I remember this bot lane play right here. So we see low HP enemy, 50 HP. We're gunning it down here, and I see Karthus. So instead of like ulting over the wall to kill the Aurelia, I figured let's just kill Karthus first, and then I just get one shot, and that was very, very sad. I mean, right there is a good example of how squishy you are with this build. You're still squishy if you don't have your E up and you're not life stealing off of anything. I'm still surprised that I died there, but I absolutely could have played that better. I think I could have just ulted the Aurelia when she came in. I guess the thing is I didn't expect her to come in, but definitely could have just ulted the Aurelia and end up getting a double kill. I mean, I should have gotten at least 1 kill. Should have at least been a 1 for 0 at the very least. And it went very, very poorly. We're gonna come back here. We're going for a bit of a chase after this dragon. The cleanup. Use my W because I. Oh yeah, right here. You can see my W bugged. I don't know what the hell just happened. I forgot about this. I have no clue what happened. I was not gaining movement speed. Never have I seen that before. Well, I've seen that before, but like not like recently. Not since the W bug fixes a while ago. I have no clue what happened there, but I clearly was moving slower. So, and I don't think it was visual. I'm pretty sure it was actually moving slower. But that was just kind of interesting. Finish our Divine Center now, though. So we just, like, our Q's chunk, by the way, right now. Like, we're, like I said, Q auto, we bring a squishy below half health, and then we just auto them a couple more times. So we're an assassin. We're an assassin who actually has some pretty good mobility. My teammate, oh yeah, so my team, this is a perfect example, by the way, what I was talking about. My teammates wanted me on this Baron. They were trying to force a 20-minute Baron here. And we're up. But I don't think we're up enough that we can just force Baron in front of them. And I noticed that I really split pushing bot lane, so I'm like, okay, it's a free kill. Let's just be patient. Let's grab that kill. And then we can rotate top lane. But they're already fighting, so I'm like, well, I'll just go ahead and... I can't actually make it to the fight or anything. The fight's happening. Let's just go ahead and farm some camps. Let's push out bot lane, try to get some damage on this turrets, and do what we can. My teammates are complaining that I didn't come, but like I said, I do not see... Like, that's not a high percentage play. That's very risky play that's not needed because we're clearly just stronger. Our comp is stronger than theirs. Warwick, I'm in a very strong spot right now. And I scale very, very well into the enemy team comp. So, I'm just looking to just vibe, basically. Farm up and play safe. Considering the game is even. I try to make a pick here. But also, we can see that I got the blue pets. Gives me the extended range of the ultimate because the movement speed up. That is a nice synergy to have. One of the reasons why the blue pet is very nice. I've actually been going blue pet more than green pet lately, honestly. I still think green pet is fine, but I don't know. I'm really liking the blue pet. It feels like the more I'm getting used to the movement speed, the more I see the value in it. You can never go wrong with green pet, but yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to tell which one's better, honestly, because they both have clear strengths and weaknesses. But I think just given like the enemy team comp being a little bit, they're squishy, but they're also a little bit kitey, means that I need the movement speed to like catch up to the Karthus, run away from the Karthus, catch up to the Lulu, run away from the Lulu, stuff like that. This fight here is very weird. I try to go in and do whatever I can to stall out and save my team. I try to absorb some damage. Lulu tries to flash on me here. And I barely managed to just lifesteal on the wave off the wave in time, which is great. And like, look at the damage. Look at the damage I'm dealing. This is nuts. And obviously, I could ult this Karthus here. I'm trying. The reason I'm not ulting this Karthus is I know Aphelios is still alive, so I think maybe I can save my ultimate for Aphelios when I'm going for the dragon. So I'm seeing with the blue pets if I can catch up to the Karthus. I do eventually. And again, that's because of the blue pet. If I didn't have blue pet, would have absolutely just ulted him, got the kill out of the way, because I probably wouldn't have been able to get it done otherwise. But I utilized the blue pet to save my ultimate, and that gives us very clear prio for the dragon. And I'm just really looking for any kills anytime an enemy steps up to contest me. Get spotted out by a ward, so we just keep on farming away. And now we have a... I'm looking to just clear out some camps, and then recall on Spear Shojin. But my Zyra gets caught. And I suppose I should have actually recalled. Like, I already had the gold for Spear Shojin, so I should have just recalled and then came back and got the blue later. Because now I'm stuck in this awkward situation where Zyra died. This gives the enemy the opportunity to force a Baron call. And I got my Ghost here, I got ult, so I think, I can just maybe ult the Karthus. But I can't. Karthus was over the wall, so I just fly in, get the Baron steal. Really clean Baron steal at that. I think I like the smite was very, very precise, even though Karthus wasn't over the wall. Was he over the wall yet? I can't exactly remember. I think Cassante also. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. You can replay and see what happened. But all I know is that we managed to get the Baron steal. We got our Spirit Shojin power spike, and given how the enemy team has a lot of, they're very like. I really don't know how to describe it, but GA just feels great here. Like, it feels like if they use all their spells on me and they commit really, like they use, it feels like, so basically the reason why GA feels good here is it feels like if the enemies commits all their spells to kill me, after I come out of GA, they're not going to really have much left to work with. And it's not to say that they have like high CDs or anything. It's just that like they have very high impact ultimates, I guess. And that's what they're very reliant on. Karthus ultimate, Irelia ultimate. These are ultimates that require them to really go ham or go home. And if I have GA, it makes it way, way harder for them to actually deal with me. And that's why we're going GA this game. Even though I haven't been building GA that much lately, but it's absolutely a home run in this game. We're trying to make a flank here on the bot lane. They're playing it a little bit safe while my teammates chase down the Lulu, secure the kill. And now we can just go ahead and siege bot lane. And yeah, just work on this turret and look to force our lead. I mean, as you can see, like, I guess we're up a decent amount of gold. The kills don't really tell the full story. We're at 8 kills, but we're actually up a little bit more than it looks in terms of gold. Feels more like a 33 to 20 game than 28 to 20. Just because of well gold wise. And then when it comes to comp, we're very clearly in like an unstoppable state. So this is what I was talking about. This is why I very high farm this game, and I wasn't trying to force these early dragons or early plays that my teammates are complaining about. Now they actually try to make some crazy siege up here top lane. And I know this looks very similar to that play mid lane in the early game versus Irelia where I just inted, but I'm 10 times stronger right now, so it's going to be like a lot harder for me to actually mess up. I mean, it's going to be essentially be impossible for me to mess up here if I'm playing it patiently enough. So I'm just trying to whittle down this Irelia and, I mean, just get a free kill. Luckily, we also have this plant, the Chemtech plant, honey fruits. It appears this gives me not only like health and the shield and movement speed to get out of the base, but it also gives me mana so that I can actually potentially try to contest this or fight this Quinn back. Big mistake here that was made by me. I used my ghost way too late. I should have popped ghost like the moment she shows up on my screen. That way I don't have to wait through the ghost ramp up, and I'm able to close the gap a lot sooner. I think if I closed the gap there on the Quinn, I maybe could have fired her. At least definitely could have put up a better chance, but being like greeting the ghost cooldown definitely was the least optimal way I could have played that situation. I mean, it would have been more optimal to just accept the death, right? So not good. But obviously we're still in a really good spot this game. Even though I'm dead, my teammates are kind of trashing the enemy team here with all the poke that we have here with the Zyra, the Caitlyn, and Cassante's just really, really strong. And I think we're going into, was it Death Stance that we were going into next item? I think Death Stance. Like one of the flaws with Death Stance on Warwick is the fact that it makes your W not work sometimes, right? But because of the bleed effect. But it's not actually a big problem considering the movement speed on Spear Shoshin when you're low on HP. It means it's not like, it's still like technically like happens where you don't need your W movement speed, but you're going to be getting some movement speed from Spear anyways, which is usually enough to close the gap. So it's a really good combo to have. Like Spear Shoshin, like when you have Spear Shoshin, Death Stance actually becomes better on Warwick. And it's not just because of the fact that it's like, you know, gives the AD scaling, although that's part of it. It's just the fact that the movement speed effects kind of overlap each other in a way. We push out bot lane here to stack up our Ravenous Hydra after we died, and now we're looking just to make a flank and get a couple kills. So I don't want to overdo it. So I'm trying not to force too hard. I know I obviously had the opportunity to just all on the affiliates there, but because Lulu could probably peel me off. So I'm just trying to be annoying. Karthus has to take a long way out, and I can just hover the enemy team and threaten it all in at any points. And this makes it really hard for them to deal with the siege. As we can see, Cassante's threatening top lane, Caitlyn's pushing through mid, Yone's pushing through bot, and hell, Cassante's even fighting top lane, and he's somehow still like winning this fight basically. So the enemy team is just stuck. And we're already sieging their base, and this is just making them panic, and this gives me a better fight opportunity. because now their base is in shambles. And even though I'm low in HP here from getting poked out, you can see right there me queuing a minion and healing a ridiculous amount of damage. I E the Karthus ultimates because Karthus ult obviously hits a lot, so I'm going to reduce that. And now the base is open, so we're just going in, trying to secure whatever kills that we can get. Look at this healing, by the way. Holy moly, dude! That combined with the Divine Sunder, all the AD we have, and the Spell Pin boots, you can see the potential of this build. We didn't really get like a full out team fight, I guess, at the end, but you can just see just why I like to go the Ravenous build with Divine Sunder and just see the scaling that it provides. But we ended up getting the W. At the end of the day, it was still kind of a slow game in the mid game, I guess, but we managed to pull it out. So let me know, guys. Think. Peace out. Have a good one. Later.